Another day, another stream, man. Back at it again. Happy Thursday, everybody out there, man. Trying to get straight to it though. New face of the NBA, bro. You know, we talk around here, we talk hoops. Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to the rest of the streams this week. Like I said, we're gonna go from Monday through Friday. If you guys have tapped into any of the other ones, you guys are the best. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. Straight into it though. Like I said, new face of the NBA. Basically, who's gonna be taking over in these upcoming next to 5 to 10 to 15 to 20. You feel me? It'd be crazy if we got another Brian amongst us already. Like one of these young guys like Jalen or Cade. What if one of these guys pan out to have like 20 to 25 year careers, breaking records? Be crazy. Something we'll never know till we see it though, man. What's good with it, Dev? Shout out to the chat, man. If y'all in the chat, let me get some love in the chat if y'all out there, man. Appreciate y'all boys. Appreciate y'all boys tapping in. You already know though. Another day, another live. Almost every team. I could probably run down every team. Let me bring up the logos of every unit. I could probably come up with a young guy to talk about for every team. Starting with the Chicago Bulls. NBA teams. Let's give it a look, man. What's good with it, Dev? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Like I said, if you guys are out there, make sure you hit that exit out the live chat, hit that like button, join the chat back. All right, here we go. NBA teams. All I need is a picture. Yeah, so basically today we're here trying to see who gets to take over, like who gets to be the next face of the NBA. It don't even got to be like Luka Doncic, it could be a rookie coming in. I hear a lot of people talking about the Twins for the Rockets and the Pistons, who came over that from that overtime league. I know they don't really have the best situations. Bro for the Pistons does. Um, Bro for the Pistons has a pretty good situation, other than the fact that they are guard heavy. And Amin and Asar Thompson. Yeah, Amin and Asar Thompson. Those guys. Those kids have pretty bright futures. Could they be the face of the NBA though? I mean, anything's possible, I guess. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like anything not possible. But I know at the end of the day, anybody could be it. It could really turn into anybody with the way these kids playing now. Tyrese Halliburton just had a huge year. Ant-Man, Ant-Man probably about to come back and make things shake. We see how Jalen Green working in the offseason. Lonzo Ball, how old Lonzo Ball? He probably can't be it. He like 28, like 27, 28. So we're not gonna talk about him. But his brother LaMelo, Melo like 22. Melo like 22. Maybe I'm skipping over guys like Giannis and Jason Tatum and other guys who probably like have proven themselves that they're about to be the face of the NBA right now. But I mean, what can I say? It kind of gets a little stale when it's still older guys dominating, and then you got it's older guys dominating, and then you got probably like the 30-year, like the 8 Anthony Davises, the the who else? Who else is amongst? I guess Giannis, Anthony Davis. I already said there's no guards in that age group. Like there's really no guards in that age group that have just established themselves as dominant. How you think Bi's experience with the USA team is going to change the dominance of next season, if at all? Um, I feel like Brandon Ingram. I guess he's one of them guys too. He like 27, 28. He they him and the other guys I just named, they're gonna have such a short stint at being like greatest players or being one of the top 3 guys because I think these young guys are coming. But to answer your question, Brandon Ingram, appreciate the comment too. Shouts out to everybody out in the stream. Um, to answer your question, I honestly feel like Brandon Ingram learns from this. And at the end of the day, the Pelicans have a lot of talent. I think he takes them to the next level, just with the fact of the humbling. He has to humble himself first off because he feels like he's the best player out there and he's getting benched. Like he just got benched the last game. So I already know that's probably major for him. But that's just something, like I said, it's got to be a humbling experience because this shows his flaws. All he brings to the table is getting buckets, is offense for real. Like he's not really doing much more than scoring the ball. So I think, moving forward, it could go one or two ways. It could go bad or it can go good. I'm assuming it's gonna go good. That's why I spoke on the positive. I think he definitely he changes the unit. He goes back and he becomes the facilitator. He starts playing some defense, just start doing the other things. Like I said, that's the reason he not playing now. He go out there and he just try to push shots up. That's it. And it's not even dropping. Like even if it was going in, he could be the Melo type because Melo did that for Team USA and all that. But Melo also doesn't get credit for his playmaking ability, which Brandon Ingram does not have. He's not like Melo at all. So as far as I don't know, he has the capability to be, but I think Melo was the best player for a championship team. So something that I don't think Brandon Ingram is yet. He still got to show me. Even though Melo never achieved that, I do believe a lot of the teams he had is a lot of context around whether it be injuries or just not keeping the team together. Like they had when he was on the Nuggets, when Carmelo was on the Nuggets, they went to conference and then they pretty much just got rid of the squad. Like they switched everything up. Like everything just I think they got a new coach. PG, the point guard was out of there. Big Man was out of there. And then I think the following year or the year after that, Melo was a free agent and ended up going to New York. So he didn't have much continuity there. A lot of injuries for the Knicks. But I don't know. Brandon Ingram got a chance, I guess, to grow from this. I think he would. I think he's a great player, so I think he could grow from this. Uh, Go try to be, like I said, go try to help his team win. He know what it takes. That's all they trying to do out there. You playing with all those great talents that they have. It's hard to fit in sometimes when you used to just doing one thing. When you go play for Team USA, you got to be able to do all things. That's why I think they recruited who they recruited, like the people who get a lot of slack, like not Mikal Bridges, but Mikal Bridges too, but Mikal Bridges, fucking bro for the Knicks. Let me get to what I was doing though. I'm going so beside the point. We already talked about Team USA, the young guys, young guy for every team, starting with the Bulls. Kobe White is, I think, or Patrick Williams is our probably he probably got the. I'm gonna stick with Kobe White for the Bulls. I'm gonna stick with Kobe White just because what he showed me. He got hurt a little bit, but just because of what he showed me, I feel like he just is our best bet. I like Dosumo too. AL Dosumo. I like that kid. I don't know who he drafted this year. I gotta check it out. Didn't sound no, I think we drafted decent. I was like looking at his I'm not about to look that up right now. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna stick with Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams, like I'm gonna just skip past Kobe because Kobe showed me more, but I think Patrick Williams, if he just takes an off season and gets his game right, works on that. I don't know. It's like he trying to be a guard. He trying to be one of those guard-esque wing defenders. And at the end of the day, I need him to knock down jump shots. I need him to hit that corner three. You know, he know how to move without the ball in his hands. Something that a lot of people really don't know how to do at his age. So I give him credit for that. He a good cutter. He good. Just sometimes he gets stuck and he get lost in the sauce. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with him though. He got a lot to work on, but I could see it still happening. No first or second option type thing, just a guy to help, like a glue guy. I could see him being a glue guy if he become more like vocal, get that jump shot down. Kobe White is nice too. Honorable mention. That's my dude. Who next? The Hawks. He couldn't be the face of the NBA though. He's a no. The Bulls have a no for face of the NBA for sure. We don't have no faces of the NBA. The Hawks though. Move on to the Hawks. Move on to the Hawks. I feel like the Hawks damn near. Damn, I could call Trey Young young. He like 25 still. He gets to stay in this age bracket of young people who could take over. So Trey Young, the young guard they had last year, I can't remember bro name. I got terrible memory. I could look this up. But they got a couple young talents, I don't know if they're gonna know what to do with them. I think DeJounte Murray probably like 27 now. So I'm not gonna talk about him. He is who he is. I feel like he's a guy you really get to win a championship though. Like he damn sure goes out there and plays both sides of the floor and he plays hard every night. So match him with the right, maybe like Bron, put him on the Lakers with Bron, DeJounte Murray go crazy. But I feel like Trey Young Trey Young is a plus. He's a positive. He could be the face of the NBA. He's a small guard. So that's like automatically like the people's champ. Feel like people can relate with that. A lot of people can relate with it. They hate on him now, but once he wins a championship, like they're not gonna be hating. That's just as simple as it is about Trey Young. He get a lot of slack. He get a lot of hate. People say he underrated. I don't think he underrated. I think he's rated properly. To me, he is top 5 guard in the NBA. Top 5 could be 6 to some people, could be 7, but no lower than that. And yeah, I mean, it's not like it's just hella guards out here just doing their thing, playing better than Trey Young. You know, you probably wouldn't be able to name 5 guards to me that are better across league wide. And you could name, you could try, you could do it. You know, you could do it, but I'm just AJ Griffin. I think that's his name. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, AJ Griffin, bro. I gotta get my guy KB or Quad up here. The Hawks fans. I gotta get my Hawks fans or my boy Cam. Shout out to them. So they can correct me when I don't know those people names. They got him listed as a forward. He played like a guard though. Nigga averaged 9 points. See, I don't look at averages though. I've seen AJ hoop. You know, I've seen AJ hoop. I was just about to shit on him because he only averaged 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist on his rookie season. But he played 72 games. Should have played 82, unless it was a shortened season and I missed something. Maybe it was due to injury, but you should be playing every game. 81, like at least the least games you should play your rookie season like 80, 79, 80. You should really only be missing like 1 or 2 games. And that's just like if you had to. You're a rookie. Like hoop. Go out there and hoop. AJ Griffin nice though. I like him. How old is Sadiq Bey? He not young. He a mid-level, mid-tier age. He a mid-tier age guy. Yeah. So yeah, that's a plus for the Hawks. I give the Hawks a yes. They have a new face at the NBA, Trey Young. I'm not about to write these people names down either, but I'm gonna remember. I'm a damn near just remember. Looking at it now, I got a picture up of everything. So the Hawks, Trey Young, check. Nobody for the Bulls. Let's go Celtics. Who the Celtics roster? Celtics don't really have. I mean, they got Jason Tatum, but is he really young? Like, is he really young? I think he's like 26. I think Tatum like 26. He could be the face of the NBA. Him and Jaylen Brown 27, so he not young. And he just got paid his most money anybody's ever gotten paid. Shout out to him, man. Go get paid, my dog. But I'm gonna have to say yes, I guess, to the Celtics. Jason Tatum has the capability to go be the MVP next season. He could actually go be the MVP next season. Shit, he could have been an MVP last season. He damn near could have been the MVP the season before, but he just not taking that next step yet. I mean, he's still young. You can't be mad at a guy who's only 24, 25, not performing how I don't know how we like if everybody watches you watch Jason Tatum, how I watch Jason Tatum, he just doesn't let the game come to him how he should all the time. You know, I always get to talking shit about Jason Tatum, but I really am rooting for him. I don't want the Celtics to succeed. I never in my life been no Celtics fan. Celtics can do anything but win a championship and I'll be happy. But second they come out, Jason, I'm pretty sure he'll have success. I'm pretty sure he'll win a championship that next following year. And I think they should sign and keep they already got rid of Marcus. Derek Lee. They should sign and keep Derek Lee though, or Derek White. They should definitely keep Headband. Him, Jaylen Brown. I just don't see how they don't. I just don't see how they don't trade Jason Tatum, come up off of him, and let him go succeed. Face of the league got to be Luka Doncic, Luka Doncizo. I do think I haven't got to the Mavericks yet, but I will say, I don't. I'm not comfortable with somebody from overseas being the best player in the world. How Bron did it, like how it went from Jordan to Cole to Bron. I don't want the next person to be foreign. I'm not gonna lie. It's not even no hating shit. Like, I love overseas, man. Shout out to Slovenia, Yugoslavia. Shout out to Russia, Indonesia. I love everywhere. You know, we love the world around here. But at the end of the day, it is American. It is the National Basketball American Association. If I'm not mistaken, that A in NBA stands for America. So you feel me? Like at the end of the day, I wouldn't mind seeing Trae Young be the. I was saying Trae Young. You know, I was putting in the work for your guy. I was putting in the word for the Atlanta Hawks. I feel like Trae Young can do it. I think he's a little bit more relatable than somebody like Luka. You feel me? Like I honestly feel like Trae Young is more relatable to the kids watching. You know, that's damn near why Steph Curry is who he is. Like that's damn near like I said, let Trae Young win a championship. People are gonna start talking very differently about him. He ain't the best, but he definitely the face. He gonna have the whole Europe on NBA nutsack, no rubber. Yeah, that may be, but I just don't see it happening, bro. Like I just don't want. I just don't see it happening for real. He got a lot of competition, and the Mavericks they probably gonna win the ring. They probably gonna win the championship next year. Him and Kyrie. You know that's who I got coming out the West. Either them or the Suns. And those are my two like go-tos. I'm not gonna get into sleepers. We'll probably talk about that another time, but he not even gonna win finals MVP. You know, he's not even gonna be the best player on his team. He gonna be the better player, but I think Kyrie is gonna be more important to that championship if they end up winning a ring, bro. Like I think Luka's nice, but you saw Luka come up short with a guy like Jalen Brunson. Kyrie Irving filled in for Jalen Brunson, beats that Warriors team, and then goes on to beat the Celtics that year. Crazy enough. They don't like Trey because his hair ain't. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But he gonna cut that. Watch, Trey gonna get a cut. It may not be this year. He a father right now. He a father right now. He want to keep his hair. I already know. He want his child to see his hair. But at the end of the day, he gonna cut that. And then, bro, Trey gonna go crazy. Like I said, I think Trey has real potential to be the face of the NBA. It takes a small guard doing something, doing the unthinkable. Like, why you think we like Iverson so much? Why you think the world love Allen Iverson so much? Because is relatable, bro. Like, it's relatable. And Trae Young he got a teammate like DeJounte Murray. Like they just, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I got Trae Young over Luka. And I'm not even no Hawks fan. I don't even care about the Hawks. You know, I don't even support them like that. But I got Trae Young over Luka. I got Trae Young as the face of the NBA over Luka Doncic, bro. Doncizo. Luka is 6'8", bro. He's 6'10". Luka like 6'8", 6'10". He's not relatable, bro. You can't relate with that. And he not athletic. Like, Only thing I say kids really dig. I hear people, not even kids, but just people in general talking about Luca. I mean, real hoopers love Luca. Like I love Luca. Don't get me wrong. Like I like Luca more than Trey as far as a player, me personally. But if we talking about who's going to be the face of the NBA, who I would choose, who has a better opportunity, like moving forward, I just felt like Trey Young is trending, bro. Like he has a real opportunity. He done already proved the haters wrong. You know, he's shown what he can do with adversity. He's shown that he can be a playoff riser. Being a playoff riser is big for a small guard. You probably can only count on one hand how many small guards rise in the playoffs and get better. It's not common. It's nothing that we just have seen year after like year in and year out. Not to say that he's like amazing in the playoffs. He not like I mean I don't know. It's hard for me to call him a playoff riser because he like 30 and 10 in the regular season, and in playoffs he like 22 and like 10, 22 and 10. He'll still do 10. I'm not gonna hate on him assists, but I don't know. Trey Young is that dude though. Who else we got? Who else we got? Jason Tatum. We said Jason Tatum got a chance. He gonna get traded though. He not gonna be on Boston, or he gonna sign somewhere else. He gonna go play with. I really wouldn't be able to tell you how light skinned people think. You know, they're bizarre. True light skins like him, Devin Booker. You really never know. You really never know. I I honestly feel like so Brooklyn Nets. How old is Mikal Bridges? Let's just move on to the next team. How old is Mikal? I don't even care about how old they are. It's really just about if you can be the face of the NBA. And they got Ben Simmons too, man. I think Ben Simmons still got a chance to be the face of the NBA. No troll. Like I really don't care. People forget Ben Simmons is only like 26 years old, 20, 25, 27 at max. Going up 27 at max. Don't let Ben Simmons figure it out. Still will if he bro, I still believe in you, Ben. You heard it here first from Dribbler John, man. You guys make sure you like the stream. Liking the stream helps more people get out here, man. If you know somebody who likes hoops, likes to talk hoops, man, recommend send the stream their way. Tell them tap in. We do this shit every day, Monday through Friday. So you guys already know. Bless. He the global version of Larry Bird. He got white appeal. He got white appeal. I guess that's true. I mean, he appealing. I'm not saying he just like I just feel like Trey Young is more relatable. You know, like maybe that's just a personal thing. Maybe I'm just being personal. Hey, Trey Young hoops though. His play style, if he if he can just figure out some off ball motions or some off if he learn how to set some screens, you can set screens, bro. You can pick and choose who gonna let you set a screen on them when you're a small guard. I do this shit all the time to get the ball. Like I hoop, bro. I know how to do it. Some people just they don't even know what to think when a small body comes up to them and sets a screen. They're just like, "What is this little nigga doing?" Don't matter. Like I'm about to get the ball. I'm about to set a screen. My defense, the dude who guarded me, completely confused. Like he has no idea what's going on because he usually doesn't guard that. So with a guard, bro, I'm telling you, like it works. Like if he could just figure some shit out, it'll work out for him. He got DeJounte Murray. He already got a good ball handler. DeAndre Hunter not good with the ball in his hands, but he getting better as the years keep going. And he's a big body. So I don't know. I got Trey Young, bro. I definitely got Trey Young over Luca. As far as face of the NBA, as far as face of the NBA, I forget. And listen, I put it to you like this too. I feel like if if Luca win a championship, it won't be as as impactful or as big as Trey Young winning a championship. Like people gonna talk about it, they're gonna glorify it, whatever. But if Trey Young, bro, you know how the city gonna get if Trey Young. You live in the city, bro. Like you know what it is gonna get like if you live in the city of Atlanta. You know what it's gonna get like if Trey Young wins a championship. Like Dallas, they're not gonna care. Dirk is already their GOAT. Like he could win a championship and won't even be the best player for his team. Like Trey Young will undoubtedly be the greatest Atlanta Hawk of all time if he brings a championship to the city. The city is going up. Like Atlanta already trending upward. Like nobody cares about Dallas. Nobody kind of it's bigger than just them, bro. It's bigger than just him. Like Atlanta Hawks, Trey Young, world champs. Yes, we said it here first. World champs. We're not going back on that. Nobody cares what that kid said. They're the world champs. Trey Young will be the world champion if he ends up winning. If he ends up winning a ring, he's 6 foot nothing, bro. He's damn near 5'11". Like I've been to Hawks games. I've been to a few Hawks games, bro. He really is like 6'1" though, 6'2". I guess I ain't gonna cap on him. He kind of like a big small person. Like he's small, but he bigger than small people. Like like standing next to like Miles, he taller than Miles, so he not like 5'10", you feel me? But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, Trey Young winning the championship is way bigger to the NBA if Luka wins. And it's like because it'll be history, bro. It'll be unheard of. When has a PG? Because Luka's not a point guard. Like if we didn't call Bron a point guard his entire career, why did we just switch it when Luka got in the NBA? Why did it just switch to Luka's a PG? He's 6'10". He's almost a 7-footer. He's closer to 7 feet than he is 6 feet. Like way closer. He's way closer to 7 feet than he is 6 feet, and we're trying to call him a point guard. That doesn't even make sense. Just because you're ball dominant, just because you're the playmaker, doesn't, bro. And I don't want nobody to bring up no damn Magic Johnson. Like that shit don't count either. Name the other 6'9" point guards when he was doing it. He was getting the ball, running ball, and guess who he guarded? He wasn't guarding point guards. That'd be the craziest part when people say that. It's not like he was just guarding the point guards of the 80s. Magic Johnson was out there guarding, shooting guard, small forwards. The guy sitting corner, the wing, the person not handling the ball. Because he's 6'10". He's 6'10". He wasn't a point guard. So Luka, what did Luka do? I don't know. Luka's different though on defense. Luka likes to guard the matchup. Like if he got a good matchup, he's gonna try to guard. If they got Steph Curry, he actually gonna try to guard Steph. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen Luka try to go out there and guard Steph, but then it gets to a point where he can't because he just looks silly doing it. So before Kyrie got there, at least now they didn't have when Kyrie got there, they didn't have nobody. But Trey, I don't know. I got Trey Young, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. I feel like Trey Young he's just he's better, bro. He's not better than Luka, but it'll be better. Like it'll be better if he does it. So I got him over Luka. Realistically, though, Luka has the opportunity to become the face of the NBA with his skill set a lot sooner than anybody else that'll be on this list. I mean, anybody else. He's 6'10", 6'11". He damn near 6'11". Like one of these years he's only what, like 24, 25. I don't even know how old Luka is. He's gonna come back and they're gonna be like, he's taller. And then, like I said, he's gonna be 7 feet by then. And then he really not gonna be able to get compared. He gonna be the next Dirk for real. That's what I'm saying. He's closer in height to Dirk than he is to Trey. It doesn't add up for somebody to be calling him a point guard. He's a shooting guard, small forward. I can give you that. But if that's the case, then Bron is like the greatest point guard of all time. He's number one. If it ain't Luka, it's gonna be Ant-Man. Man, you looking at it from the perspective of who the better player is. Like you looking who the best players are. I'm not trying to say who's necessarily the best players because at the end of the day, they don't like it doesn't have to happen that way. What if Luka or what if Luka and Ant-Man end up never seeing the finals? If they from this point forth never ascend past second or third round. And like I'm talking about who's gonna be the next Bron, who could be the next. I'm in the finals, bro. Like I'm taking my team to the finals. I'm doing that. And I don't know if it's gonna be Luka for real. Like I like Luka's game, but I don't know. If Luka continues to get better, then I can't say shit. Because Luka better is just Luka more poised. You know, he already makes the right play so much, but like more efficient, really, like more efficient scorer. He got the prototypical Jordan Kobe Dr. J highlights, and his southern draw personality is media draw. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a huge. I agree with that. It's bigger than just hooping with Ant Man. He appeals to the media so heavily. I think it's inevitable for him to get to a bigger market first off, you know. But he could also be the type that turns the small market big. I could see him doing that. I could see him turning the Minnesota Timberwolves up. You know, I got Ant Man too. He definitely super high on the list. He like top 4, top 5, damn near top 3. I got Trey Young very high though. I mean, I'm high on Trey Young, bro, because I seen what Trey Young can do. You know, Trey Young showed that he can show it, and I seen what he can do in the fourth quarter. You know, I think that's damn near the only time it matters. People love to say that playoffs the only thing that matter. Winning rings is only matter. I don't think that's the only thing that matter, bro. Like I think you should win some rings. You got to win rings to be great, but performance in the fourth quarter, bro. Like what you do in the fourth quarter at the point where it's time to win the game, like time to go home and we want to walk away with this victory. That's Trey Young, you know. Like I'm not even saying he's the best fourth quarter performer, but I see him try. I see him like really try in the fourth quarter. Like he really want to win. And not to say Luka and Ant Man don't. You know, Ant Man got that in him too. He showed that a lot, but Ant Man got to show that he can be the best player on his team for real. Like he ain't even had a full season where we've seen him as the best player on his team, and we talking about he can be the face of the NBA. Like I don't know, I don't know about Ant Man. Yeah, he got to prove a little bit more to me. You know, I do like him a lot. He going crazy on Team USA, but we haven't had a big enough sample size of Ant Man really showing us. You know, you got to do it consistently throughout the year. You can't. It can't be because he got Carl Anthony Towns. You know, he got another great player on his squad with him, and Cat is in that age group of like the D'Angelo Russells, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker's, like the next group to be the vets. You know, the real vets in the NBA, and so you know, Carl could go through a real transformation to become the best player, and that could him and Cat, not him and Cat, but him and Ant Man. You just never know, bro. Like I said, we don't even know if Ant Man is the best player on his team yet. You know, a lot of people are trying to say that based off of this last year's sample size, but that just ain't enough for me. Like I said, you gotta do a little bit more consistently. You gotta keep doing it. I need to see it for the year. I need to see you take your team to the playoffs, and in the playoffs, you make the run. Like when shit start to get weird, and he got the game for it. You know, I'm not gonna lie. He put the ball on the floor. He'll shoot off the dribble. He get off the ball. He played defense. He play above the rim. So he does everything that you're supposed to do. But yeah, I don't know, bro. We gotta give him a. Everything you said is right though. You know, Jordan, Kobe, Dr. J esque type player, Bill. But I honestly just feel like we got to give Ant Man more. Like we hyping him a little too much, especially based off of a Team USA. Like these things don't really make or break guys. Me personally, I do hold this very high on people just because I saw what happened in 2013 with Steph Curry to go on to win a ring and then Kyrie to go on to be in the finals back to back. You know, they and Westbrook, he did nothing but get better from there. A lot of them guys, I think Kenneth Fareed was on that squad, so it was a little hard for me to speak on him. But yeah, bro, Team USA is important. But what does Austin Reeves do? You know, I think Austin Reeves is going to be a little unhappy with his minutes coming back. You got to remember they kind of deep. You know, they kind of got a lot of squad, and I just don't see Austin Reeves getting. I don't know. I ain't gonna say he gonna be mad with his minutes, but maybe he's humble. Maybe he is humble. I have listened to him in interviews and listened to Austin Reeves speak. I'm not too high on Austin Reeves. My dog Chuck is. My boy Chuck really fuck with Austin Reeves. He think he better than Jordan Poole even. You know, I ain't even got the Jordan Poole yet. That could be a whole segment in his own because I think Jordan Poole is next up. I think Jordan Poole is better than all these guys I just said. So we just gonna get straight into that. If you just got in here, I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys leave a like. Leaving a like helps the whole algorithm. So you guys already know, man. Tap in and dap in. You feel me? Tap in and dap in. Dribble or drown. It's your boy. But it's me, man. It's me. But You good, but Jordan Poole, Washington Wizards. I'm actually a new Wizards fan. Crazy enough, I am a new Washington Wizards fan. I'll be tapped into the DC area from now on, from here forth. Kyle Kuzma and them boys. Yeah, I think Jordan Poole is better than everybody I was just talking about. I think as far as young talents go, I think he the best young point guard. I don't like to compare people out of position. It's hard for me to try to compare somebody like Jordan Poole to, like a young talent like Kuminga, his ex teammate, or a big man like Duran up on the Pistons. You can't really compare a center or wing to a point guard when you're trying to measure like who's better. But as far as face of the NBA, I don't think Jordan Poole. Well, Jordan Poole has a big chance to be the face of the NBA. Actually, let me not say that. If you really look at his play style, he can shoot the ball and he's very flashy. I think he can dial back the flash a little bit. Like he don't got to go out there and be Kyrie, but if he keep doing what he doing and he keep getting better, he really can because it's not too many people outside of him. Like Kyrie is not too many people outside of Kyrie who every single possession they going at you. Like they dribbling the ball at you, just trying out a new move, like just unpredictable. You don't know if he's gonna do this, that. Like a lot of guys have go-to moves, and like I said, Kyrie he doesn't. He just goes out there and does it. And Jordan Poole kind of reminds me of that. Like he don't play like Kyrie as far as like the way it looks, but it's the same thing. It's like I said, it's the same thing with Steph Curry. And that's another thing, having played with Steph Curry and them boys and knowing how to win and knowing that I can score without the ball in my hands too, with a guy like Kyle Kuzma, who I think is a good passer, like a good to great passer. And I definitely believe, I don't know about the Washington organization. They're probably not that good of an org, but I think he's gonna have Gilbert Arenas in his ear too. Gil is a great mentor. I think he's a great person to listen to and to tap in with that sports shit. Yeah, I think Jordan Poole has a huge chance if he could stay healthy. Try to play a little defense too, because he like 6'4", bro, not small. And he gonna be at the PG position. I think he the best young point guard. He better than Trae Young, better than Luka. Uh, he better. He just better, and I ain't mad at it. You guys can't be mad at it. Nobody can be mad at me saying that because he's a champ. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. He was a part of that championship team, came back and averaged 20 the next season. When people were saying he was having a down year, he ended up averaging 20. So let's just see what an up year looks like or a normal year. What do people think a normal year is then if they think a down year is 20? That's what I'm saying though. Washington Wizards, Jordan Poole's next up. I got him averaging 28 points at the least, 27, 28 points at the least. I don't see how he doesn't find 7 more points being the first option, having to play. And his minutes gonna go up, so he gonna be unleashed. Like when Steph was getting hurt and he was having to play 38 minutes, 36, 38 minutes, he averaged 27. So I don't see how he doesn't do it over a full sample size throughout the entire season. Jordan Poole, next best player, next best face of the league. Point guard, at least. Point guard. He's the point guard I'm gonna use. Yeah, Jordan Poole, man. He a stud, and he appeals to the media too. I think the media loves him. I think the media loves him. He already trends on the internet, so not only does the media love him, but the kids love him. The TikTok, the Instagram reels, the YouTube skits or shorts, whatever they call, they love him, bro. They absolutely love him. Yeah, he'll do his thing. He'll do his thing down there in the DC area, I believe. I'm a huge fan and I'm rooting for the kid. But on to the next team. On to the next team. I guess I feel like I touched bases on LaMelo Ball a little bit. Who they drafted? Brandon Miller. I'm not too familiar with his game. From what I've seen in the preseason, he's not that good. His game isn't really that good to me. I'm not really a big fan of his play style. I don't know how that adjusts to the NBA. I don't know what he's gonna do. Like what's gonna be his strong point. I don't know how you pick somebody like that number two in the draft or three, whatever he went, and I can't even identify what his qualities, his good qualities are. But it's whatever. Like Scoot, I know Scoot gonna go crazy. Bro puts the ball on the floor. He tests like rim contesters. He jumps with them. He crafty with the ball, so he's not just like trying to dunk on you. He actually trying to score that bitch. So he'll bring it down, do a little up and under on you, or do some jelly. He need to work on that jump shot, but I think he's going to. I think he knows that his jump shot needs to get better, and he need to become a more consistent jump shot shooter. It's the NBA. It's just that simple. What more do you have to work on? You're in the NBA. You play basketball for a living. Like, like you play basketball for a living. Niggas not about to just keep letting you dunk on them. They're gonna stay back and they're gonna start helping and they're gonna start fouling you, and you're gonna end up hurt. So I don't care how strong you think you is. Somebody out there stronger than you, especially dealing with that NBA. So yeah, that's how bad the Hornets' future is, though. I started talking about the Hornets and literally immediately started talking about Scoot Henderson. Like, why would you draft? I don't know. It's like you just got to make it work. Like LaMelo and Scoot could have worked. You don't just draft somebody just because you think he's gonna fit into your system. Like you about to turn that man into a role player. Brandon Miller not gonna know what to do or whatever his name is. Brandon Hiatus. I don't know, bro. I don't know cuz name. Like he's gonna go down there and they're losing the work. So they're not really worried about developing young guys. They really don't care about much. You know, I honestly feel like like I said, I honestly feel like they end up messing up his young career. Playing with somebody like LaMelo might sound cool on paper, but I really don't think LaMelo is that much of a team player. You know, he might have the best feel for passing, the best feel for the game, one of the best that I've ever seen, but I don't think bro really cares about hooping in general. He's just really good at it. So unless he get the mindset of like growing and realizing how good he is and that he really like Magic Johnson, because I like 6'10" too. I don't think nothing happens out there in Charlotte. So I'm gonna go and no for them. They don't have no face of the NBA. Disrespecting Melo right now, but I don't care. On to the next team, on to the next unit. On to the next team, on to the next unit. We're gonna go with the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. We're gonna go with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I feel like Donovan Mitchell's probably a little older now. He's been playing in the league for a little minute, but he's still in the age group. Now he probably like Devin Booker age. No, 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 no. Because he won Rookie of the Year over somebody. I think Donovan Mitchell's still pretty young. You think the expansion teams will be added before any current retires, or before Curry retires? What cities get added to the NBA? I think the two cities that are obviously going to get added is Las Vegas, and then they're going to bring Seattle back. I mean, there's not really too many cities in the United States that I could see getting a city. I mean, getting a team other than those. Nowhere in California. Like, there's no other places in California. No, you ain't doing it in Florida. Nowhere in Illinois. Um, already got two New York teams. But I damn near don't know if it'll be before Curry retires. It might be. Like, I think Bron gonna retire because they talking so big on him owning the Las Vegas team. So I think that's gonna be huge about him retiring. He's gonna end up owning the Las Vegas squad. Um, but I don't know, bro. I feel like those are the only two. Oregon, ain't Portland and Oregon. Portland and Oregon. Uh, y'all let me know in the chat if y'all know any other cities I forgot. I mean, it's not really. You got to think about what's popular. A decent sized population in area that can not only hold an arena, but also people will come too. Like, yeah, I think you want basketball fans already there. So Seattle is like a huge definite. Like Seattle's a huge definite. Um, I can see it happening though within the next probably like 10 years. Not sure how long Curry is going to be in the NBA. You know, I kind of see Steph Curry winning a Jason Kidd ring in a couple years. Like after when it's all said and done for him, think he'll end up on the right squad and just he shoots the ball too well, and he's gonna probably start to pick up weight and start to play defense a little better. So hey, Jordan Poole either going to be third team NBA with 26 points per game or an absolute disaster. Yeah, he has a huge opportunity to be a disaster. I agree with that. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I just really think he ends up figuring it out, playing under a guy like Curry for the amount of years that he did. Curry, Clay, Trey, Steve Kerr. And just his mindset that he got into working damn near day one of being off. As soon as you saw him on the Wizards off the Warriors, they was just showing clips of him in the gym, bro. I don't know if all NBA players do that, but I just feel like personally that just shows good signs. If you're trying to, you going forward, about to be the leader of your squad, you're gonna have to be the best player on the team if you think y'all are gonna make any type of noise. Is the East. The East is pretty tough too. So we'll see, bro. I think as far as being, because he's probably gonna be point guard, shooting guard as far as listed all NBA. I feel like he could get it if Donovan Mitchell can get an all team all NBA. I think Jordan Poole can too. Like I think Jordan Poole can be better than Donovan Mitchell. Personally, that's just my take on it. If a guy like Donovan gets second team all NBA, then Jordan Poole could definitely get his own. They just got to work on it. I mean, they just gotta work towards winning. Trying to build the team, and that's gonna be hard for the Wizards. They're just not a winning org. They're not known for that. But if they can figure that out, I think they'll be straight. I don't think he makes third team All NBA next year, though. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's too much competition right now. I think it's gonna be one more year. I do think he averages a lot of points, though. I do think he averages a lot of points because I would think he's personally working on that next contract. That's the goal for him. Next contract up. He getting paid. His contract kicks in this year, so I believe he gets paid. I mean, he's like him getting paid is just gonna make him want it more. You feel me? He gonna see that. He gonna look at that bank account. All them M's gonna be in there. He gonna be like, oh hell yeah, we going crazy. We going crazy in the off season. You got the key. All right, love you. Be safe. Call me if you need me. You good? Oh, you looking for the key? Oh, got it. But yeah, Poole better than Trey. Past the Zaza. I think he got an opportunity to be. I mean, we haven't seen Jordan Poole as a first option, bro. Like as a third, fourth option, he was putting up 20. He was putting up 20. Hang on. Turn the light on. I don't got my camera on. He was putting up 20, man. My bad, y'all, for the slowdown or whatever it's called, inconvenience. I don't even know. I gotta find the key. We never seen him as a first option, though. That's all I'm trying to say. He has a huge opportunity. He has a huge opportunity to go be great. That's really all there is to it, bro. That's really all there is to it. Jordan Poole, first option. Just play with who? Steph Curry, Clay Thompson, arguably two of the greatest shooters of all time, two of the greatest people off ball, moving off ball. Like any type of action where I don't know, bro. I just feel like the tools that he learned from the Warriors is really gonna help him as a first option. Like, not only does he now have the opportunity to go in there and do the shit that he wanted, so his confidence is gonna be through the roof. Like as far as just every possession, he gets to go at it, and he a willing passer. He a willing passer. You can check my work shorts. He a willing passer, bro. So I think he can do it. I think he can do it, bro. I think he's gonna be a first option on a contending team. On a contending team. All right, be safe. Um, but it's gonna take a lot though. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it wouldn't take a lot. A lot of intangibles. Like I said, he got to start playing better defense. He's terrible on defense. I see the effort sometimes, but then I also see the lack of effort. He has possessions where he's stagnant standing there, and just think about the people who he played with. I think that could help him moving forward. He got somebody like Iguodala on his team who really believes in him, and he trusted in the process. Appreciate everybody tapping in too. Like I said, this is week one, Monday through Friday. We're gonna have when I get off stream today, I'm gonna work on my next 5 thumbnails, coming up with 5 things. Eventually, I'm gonna just start making a thumbnail. I'm probably just gonna start making it. I'm gonna have guests up here too. I'm gonna have people up here with me. Shout out to my guys when they finally do tap in. I know it's gonna be a lot more entertaining. A lot more back and forth action talking, not just me talking. But as far as now, we just building a foundation. So shout out my boys in the chat. Shout out the guys in the chat. True NBA shit, man. Drew or Drown, like the stream, share the stream to your face on Twitter, on Instagram, this, that, the third. But yeah, back to the topic at hand. I think just with everything he's learned, he got guys like Iguodala in his corner, Steph Curry. I just don't see how he doesn't continue to get better. And I feel like a better version of him is the top. Like if he not better than, I'm probably trolling saying he better than Trae Young because he hasn't proven it yet. But I think he can be better than like Shea, um, Van Fleet, um, like you feel me? He may not be better than Trae. Trae 30-10 and took his team to conference. So he's not better than Trae yet. But we just never know what's gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna fail. I think he's gonna flourish. I think he's gonna go out there and he's gonna do brilliant. He's gonna do great things. I don't see how not. I don't see how not. Just trending upward. That's just what you do. That's just what you do when you're great, my brother. That's what you do when you're great, my brother. You keep that good energy flowing. You go into the next season. You work hard preseason, then the not preseason, but camp. Just camp. Get to know the guys. Start to create new habits for the team. You up from there. Yeah, I think he can be better than Donovan Mitchell too. And Donovan, and that's a, and it got to translate in the playoffs for me to say, Donovan Mitchell has put up 40 bombs in the playoffs. I think he even put up 50 once or twice. But I think Jordan Poole has an opportunity to be better now. Hit the weight room, get a little stronger, stop getting knocked off your feet as much as you do. I think he'd be straight. I think he'd be straight. The same way you was, bro. You was around when I was talking about Steph Curry, bro. Like the same way it's crazy that he played behind Steph Curry, but like it's so crazy. But I like Jaden Hardy for the Mavericks too. I haven't got to the Mavericks yet, but that's the next team that I'm about to talk about. But the same way I felt about Steph Curry before he became the MVP that he was, is how I look at a guy like Jordan Poole, bro. Like I feel like, and it is not just because he played with him. It's just the way he plays the game. Like he not doing the same shit Curry was doing. Like the only reason I really like Curry is because guards weren't hitting shots at the rate that he was for real. Like the dribbling was cool and all that, but like Steph used to come off the dribble, like he'll just do like one dribble pull-ups on some Kobe shit. I was a huge fan of Kobe, so it was kind of cool to see Steph shooting deep mid-range, like early in his career, like deep mid-range shots. And whether it would, it was off the screen a lot too. He was crazy that he was doing what he ended up doing, Destiny. But one dribble pull-ups, deep mid-range, Curry was just hitting that shit. And he was shooting, catch and shoot threes, just shit that point guards didn't really do, bro. Like, and then I watched him go I watched him go for a couple like 20s, high 20s, and then I think that 2012 year, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2012 or 2013 when he was playing against the Knicks, bro. When he towed the Knicks up for 50, and he was just coming past half and just putting the ball up. It didn't even seem real. It honestly didn't even seem real. I thought it was one of them things where he damn near he just Jordan Poole ain't did that yet, but just the feeling of like knowing that I'm trying to get better every year. Every year going into off season, I'm working on something. I'm working on my game hard, like I'm polishing my skills, but also at the same time, I'm adding to. I look at Jordan Poole like that. You look at him from and it's really just the progression, bro. You look at him when he was a rookie to the second year to going down to the G League of where he needed to go, bro. He needed to go down there and learn some shit and figure out who he was, come back, realize I can do this, bro. I could be this fast paced, like I can play in this fashion. Which, if you look at his college highlights, he really just polished his skills. He got better at who he was. High school, my bad. I never looked at much college highlights from him, but it's just the growth, bro. The growth to actually helping a team win a championship. Like that's just not easy for a young guy to do. Most young guys is not, and I don't even think it's about like the fans or shit. I think it's literally just about being a player and amongst the players. Like you want to accomplish it so bad, but it's just I feel like when you in your head, it's easier to be in your head when you're young. Like you ain't been through the motions enough. Like you ain't got enough jump shots. You ain't made enough jump shots in the NBA game to be doing this shit, actually doing something in the finals. And he had a big finals game. And he had a big series in the playoffs going towards. So I don't know, bro. I just give him his credit. I really just give him his credit. I think this is something that is obviously for the future. He's not that yet, but he just has a huge opportunity. I ain't gonna lie, Ant-Man gonna be the face of the league. You think so, bro? Like that you don't think that you're jumping off of like a crazy like that's a crazy take to say. Like I do believe Ant-Man has a huge opportunity. Don't get me wrong. I love Ant-Man. But like think about what he's accomplished in the NBA before right now. He's just now becoming the best player on his team. And we don't even know moving forward if he's gonna be the best player. Like, what if Carl Anthony Towns comes back? Like what if he comes back? You see how he hooping out there for the Dominican. I've been seeing Team USA. I've been seeing Team USA, but you got to think about it. Like Carl Anthony Towns been hooping too for the Dominican. So what if they come back and both of them? Like I think Ant Man got opportunity. Don't get me wrong. I do think Ant Man definitely got opportunity. Bruh got the best game. I think as far as out of young prospects, you the second person to come in and say that too. So I guess it got to be fact. And I was already talking about him a little bit, but I'm not going to deny Ant-Man. I mean, bro got the skill set. As far as every young player, he has the best skill set because he played defense for real. He put the ball on the floor. He played above the rim. I mean, there's nothing that he doesn't do. I actually was just talking about last stream how he needs a true point guard. They got Mike Conley, who's 37 years old. I mean, 38, 37 years old. I like Mike Conley. He's still hoop, but if he could get like a young slashing point like Scoot or Anthony Simons, if he could get somebody like that, like a young point guard who play their game. I actually don't know what Scoot gonna do. He's still a rookie. Um, I don't know. Maybe like I really don't know. It's not that many. It's not really that many PGs that to just choose from. But if he got like a real point guard, I feel like Ant-Man will go on to start being like top 5 MVP candidate. But I don't know. You just never know. Like I said, you just never know. Like Carl Anthony Towns is still really good. He bouncing back from an injury from last year, where he was playing good last year, and then to come back and play good for the Dominican. I feel like we don't know what's gonna happen with them moving forward. So like I do like Ant-Man being the new face of the NBA, but I just wanna hold off for a second. I feel like I'm jumping off of a deep. That's like a hot take for me, and it may not be too hot for other people, but I fuck with them. But the Mavericks, though, let's go to the Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks. got Luca. Luca obviously the face of that. Like we know he could be the face of the NBA. I don't really want to talk about Luca too much. I mean, I'm not. I guess people would probably say I was hating on Luca, saying I would take Trey Young over Luca. But I think Trey Young winning the championship would be a lot bigger than Luca winning the championship. It's just the facts. It's just. But honestly, Jaden Hardy is my biggest prospect for the Dallas Mavericks. Um, Jaden Hardy, I like Jaden Hardy a lot. He plays the game the right way, and he damn near tries to play defense too. Like he's not good on defense, but he got the body type for it. So I feel like Jaden Hardy, he really tough. I mean, who did Dallas draft? Did they trade their draft pick? They had like the 11th pick in the draft. I need to see who they drafted. I could see eventually Mexico City team. Mexico City. You think they're really rocking with basketball like that in Mexico City? You saying in Mexico or are you saying in New Mexico? I hear a lot of people talk about New Mexico. I hear it's dangerous down there, bro. Not even like, not even on no, I don't know, not dangerous like because it's Mexico or nothing, but I just heard like even in like Phoenix, where Phoenix is at, like that area, it's just like that shit just dangerous as fuck on some shit. But you never know. I mean, New Mexico could get one too. That was a good one. That was a good one that you said. Expansion teams. Uh, what's another one, bro? It's like, what if Alabama got an expansion team? What's the most unlikely place to get an expansion team? Most unlikely. North Carolina. Do they got? Nah, what's the name? Yeah, North Carolina. We ain't talk about that. North Carolina could damn near get one. That's unlikely though. I think that's unlikely. It is a big hoop state, but I think that's like highly unlikely that it's so southern there, bro. I don't think southern states need NBA teams. I don't think that'll help southern states. It's not gonna help the economy at all. They probably got a decent economy there. I'm not talking about. I really don't know what it's like out there living, but Virginia too. Virginia could fuck around and get an expansion team. I know they got a lot of wealth in Virginia. They got a lot of wealth in Virginia. They could put it somewhere like Richmond, or I think Richmond kind of country. They could really put it in Norfolk or just like around that area, around the port area. They could really. Oh, Virginia would probably be a really good spot. Seattle, yeah, Seattle and Las Vegas like the number two, top two spots. Them two like the top two spots. Appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Like I said, that like it doesn't do nothing but help the algo, man. Helps me get on more recommended. We get in here, we grow quicker, we get monetized quicker. You feel me? We get the super chats going, bro. The chat stream grows. You get more. What this shit gonna be turned up, man. Shout out to everybody out there who in here at the early phases, but this shit gonna be turned up. So shout out to y'all boys. Dribble or drown. I think if y'all never been to Virginia, even like I said, Indiana already got one. Do Ohio, yeah, Ohio obviously got one. They got Cleveland. What's another city in Ohio? Ohio could down there get a second team. Cleveland, ain't Cleveland? Didn't they say that's where basketball originated? Didn't they say basketball originated in Cleveland? Or not Cleveland, but Ohio, something like that. Yeah, maybe Virginia. I think Virginia would be the best place outside of the Seattle and Las Vegas. Virginia, and like they got a lot of military, hella military there. So the NBA loves to. Damn, that's crazy. It might be Virginia. I feel like that's a sleeper. They got. I don't know if they got. Well, yeah, they got land out there. They got space for it too. I can see them doing that. And with it being such a military state, it's just like always people like new people, like just different type of people. So they could 1000% put a NBA if they could figure it out. I know there's a lot of wealthy people there too. Hella wealthy people in Virginia. That'd be the best place for an expansion team, bro. Probably not the best place. I mean, I don't know. I lived there. It was pretty dangerous out there too. It's gonna be danger everywhere. Like, I don't know why I'm bringing up danger when we talk about the NBA. We trying to get it better. You know, we trying to inspire some people. I feel like they'd be better off, and that's another thing with the expansion team, bro. I feel like they'd be better off pretty much touching bases on going to communities and trying to build up and uplift instead of going somewhere that's already like popping. Go somewhere where it's bad and then give kids dreams. I heard that's why Seattle was a good place because it was like so many kids that just like they was right around basketball players. It was close to like close knit with the NBA players and shit. And, there's a lot of people. Y'all see how many people have made it out of Seattle with that hoop and shit. Not even just like NBA, but like even overseas. What about Baltimore? Yeah, Baltimore. Where Baltimore at? That's in the where Baltimore at? What area that's in? Ain't that on the coast? That's by Virginia, ain't it? Baltimore. That's like somewhere out there on the coast, if I'm not mistaken. Baltimore, they got hella hoop. Baltimore is in DC, ain't it? That'd be two teams in one state. I fuck with that. Maryland. Yeah, I fuck with that. I think Baltimore would be a really good place. They got NFL already got Ravens. That's true. Baltimore is a sleeper too. Baltimore. I didn't even think about that. Something that be good congruent with a football, some football shit. Damn, that's a good one. And Baltimore got the Hoopers. Like we was just talking about the other day. We was just talking about that when we was at the court the other day. Like I got shout out my guy Crunch, but shout out my guy Crunch TV. He go live too. That's my dog. He be on TikTok. Bro ass he be he be recording like he'll go out and hoop type shit and he just like record and he'll upload it and no matter where he go, bro, it just be niggas hooping. He hooping at gym, he hoop outside. Like it's always like how we hoop. We go to the courts down here in Atlanta and we might be playing each other one on one for an hour for real. Like that might end up happening. It's not like that in Baltimore. OBJ and Lamar Jackson, yeah, facts. They should do that. Expansion team probably not gonna come for the next like 5 years though. Damn near something like that. I don't know. I just feel like I just feel like if they did that, it would be good for the NBA. But I don't think they need to focus on doing an expansion team right now. It would be good though. I think it'd be really good for the NBA. I mean, you just be bringing in more fans. You get more money. People would, and I think whatever state that they do put it in, they should think about that as far as like people are probably gonna want to move there. Probably gonna be people that's trying to move just to be, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not, but maybe so. I feel like for a new sports team, people definitely would move somewhere for a new sports team. And I guess I take back Virginia being a place. I probably wouldn't too much rock with Virginia as far as the area or going there. Like I will never go back to Virginia. I'm not. I wasn't really rocking with Virginia, but Canada could get another team. I know Canada probably. Alaska, Alaska wouldn't be too bad, would it? They population real small though, and people would probably hate that, so that'd probably be terrible. Hawaii already don't really want to be part of America, so I couldn't really see them. And what type of land they got out there to be building an NBA arena? No disrespect or nothing, but I'm pretty sure they're not trying to build no NBA arena in Hawaii. Uh, yeah, it ain't really too many. I mean, Kansas City. You could probably put one in Kansas. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of space in Kansas. They probably got like a lot of if they made a team, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would become fans. I know there's a lot of football fans out there, a lot of college basketball fans, college football. Um, do they got a professional football team? I'm not sure. Kansas probably be pretty decent too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm somewhat rocking with Kansas, but Baltimore my favorite now. Now that you just said that, Baltimore will be my favorite, even above Seattle. I would pick Baltimore over Seattle just over the fact because Seattle has already had a team. So the fact that they lost their team is for a reason. So like you lost that shit to Oklahoma, but I don't know. Who in the last three drafts has the biggest chance of being the face? In the last three drafts, I might off of the top of the dome have to go with Cade Cunningham. Either Cade or Jalen, one of them two. If I'm not mistaken, they was in the last three. Chet, if Chet can, if they start playing through Chet automatically, bro. What he does at 7 feet, I definitely probably have to go with Chet. Um, I could say Victor Wembanyama. I could say Victor Wembanyama. It's not like bro doesn't look like he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know. Let me just say some names. Let me just keep saying names. Vic, uh, Chet. It's not really. It's not really aiming towards a big man lead, so it's hard for me to say Chet. I like Jalen Duren too. Jalen Duren. Jeremy Sohan. He definitely not about to be nobody face. I like Jeremy Sohan a lot though. I think Jeremy Sohan was the top 5 rookie last year. Um, but I guess last 3 drafts, if I had to go with somebody, I probably have to pick Cade Cunningham. I like Vic. It's not a big man's league though, so it's hard for me to like. I know Jokic just won and Joel Embiid just won MVP, but I just don't see it trending towards being, a big man being the best in the league. I got to probably roll with a guard, like Jalen Green or Cade. So uh who's some other guys? Say some other people for me. Maybe I can maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm forgetting somebody. I like Paolo. Oh, Paolo probably got a good opportunity. The way he played basketball the right way, bro. Both sides of the floor. I see him becoming a good defender. I think he's gonna be a good rim protector. He already a good rebounder. He got to slow down with putting a ball on the floor. I don't think he needs to do that too much. Like he need to be like Anthony Davis. Like you can do it, but you don't need to do it all the time. You don't need to be that guy. That's gonna be detrimental to y'all offense if you think you're supposed to go out there and be Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant. Even Kevin Durant, like he don't even be doing no Kevin Durant, bro. I like Paolo, Benedict Mathurin. I think if anybody on the Pacers gets hurt at his position and he has to start playing big minutes, we're gonna see a different Benedict Mathurin. He plays the game hard. He's hardy. Don't really play. He don't really bullshit when he get on the court. Um, who's some other good young guys? Who's some other good young guys that I missed? Maybe, maybe. Yeah, that's really about it. Especially out of the 2022 draft. Just Paolo and Chet, and Chet didn't even get to be a rookie that year, but didn't even get to be a rookie last year. But I'm just talking off what I think he'll be able to do because he's already shown that he's gonna be such a good shot blocker. Like defense automatically is gonna put you above a lot of other guys. So if Chet has some type of offense, I'm gonna really give it to Chet. I'm gonna really give it to Chet if Chet stay healthy. The way he play defense. Bro trying to play like KD. If he starts speeding that jump shot up, because right now I think his jump shot a little too slow to be working out with a guy like Kevin Durant and thinking that he's gonna be playing like Kevin Durant. Like he gotta figure that out. He gotta get a little bit more quickness and swiftness to his game. But he has like 7'4", 7'3". I like Shaden Sharp too. I think Shaden Sharp's game doesn't really translate as being like biggest chance of being the face. But if I had to pick like 3 guys from the last 3 drafts, number 1, I'm gonna choose Cade Cunningham. Number 1, I'm gonna choose Cade Cunningham. I think his game just is the best for what it takes to be the face of the NBA. I'm gonna take Cade Cunningham number 1. Number 2, I take Chet. Number 2, I take Chet. And then number 3, give me Vic, bro. Nah, don't give me Vic. I'm not going with Vic. I'm gonna stick with Chet as number 2, and then as number 3. Let me get Jalen Green, bro. Let me get Jalen Green. Number 1, Cade. Number 2, Chet. And then number 3, Jalen. And then after that, I got Paolo and then Vic. Paolo and Vic. Them my top 5 for the past 3 drives. Those are my top 5. Top 5. I'm gonna go with them top 5, and I'm gonna stick with it, man. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all got somebody, if y'all know anybody. Y'all leave a comment on the stream or on the live vid. Shout out to everybody who watches the stream afterwards too. Those comments are just as appreciated. You know, you can leave a like whenever, bro. Whether you watched it live or you didn't, it doesn't matter. You know, it's always welcome, it's always loved. I appreciate it. I honestly feel like all these young guys have any opportunity with the way that the game is played, though. Like it's played at such a fast pace, and coaches give young players chances. I mean, you don't really see rookies coming in averaging more than 35 minutes. Other than like I think Scotty Barnes, if I'm not mistaken, Scotty Barnes, he had more than 35 minutes. 30, I don't know. It could have been around 35, but rookies usually don't get that much tap when they get in the league. So, you know, it's about what you do at the time that you're given. So you gotta like to end up being a face of the NBA, bro. You gotta establish who you are early. You know, I'm somebody that can play 38 minutes, 37 minutes, whether that be because you can play defense as well, or you just that prolific. You know, they just need you. You're that good to the offense that you need to be playing 35 minutes. You know, that comes with like I think like 3, like 2, 3, 4. You start to let it be known that that's who you are. So all these guys, you know, it's not what it was back in the day. Like coaches not holding people back just because they're young, just because they're rookies. So you feel me? I think it's straight. He a big factor on the Raptors. Yeah, he really is. You know, I'm not gonna lie, he really is. I honestly feel like I'm not big on. I think the Raptors are really good. What's good with it, Crunch? What's good, Brody? What's good with it, my guy? I was trying to get you up here for the last stream. You know, I want to start having guests up here to talk with me and shit so we can, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna stream. I don't know how long I'm gonna start doing it, but I'm doing this Monday through Friday. Dribble or Drown podcast, man. We trying to get this thing off the ground. Shout out to my boy Crunch Time TV, man. He's who I was talking about. You know, we was talking about expansion teams too. How would you feel, Crunch, if Baltimore? How would you feel if Baltimore got a team? What if y'all were the expansion place? That shit would be crazy. But yeah, man, keeping this content going, man. I appreciate everybody tapped in on both ends of the floor. Yeah, Scotty is tough, bro. Scotty is tough. I think he could really help a team. I think they need to figure it out for Toronto who they're gonna have as their option, as their guard option. You know, they literally just got rid of their starting PG and Fred Van Fleet, you know, which is good. I think get rid of that contract, figure some shit out. They still got Gary Trent, but I'm trying out. Yeah, you've been I fuck with the hooping content, bro. I fuck with the talking basketball, and you bounce around everywhere. You know, I can tell you don't really got they care about where it goes. You just want to get the content out. And that's something that I admire about people who do the content shit, bro. Like I know I be telling you all the time, bro. Once you figure it out, yeah, it'll come together, bro. It'll all make sense. But just keep doing what you're doing, man. That basketball, that hooping content hard. Because we lived out here in Atlanta, me and my cousin, we be going to hoop all the time. But as far as like having hooping sessions, where we can really like get some runs in, or even like record, we need to start recording our one-on-ones for sure. But as far as like having people to hoop with, it ain't like that in Atlanta. These courts be dry. Like it's certain gyms you can hit up, but that's like word of mouth. You would really have to know, man. Shout out to Atlanta though. Shout out to y'all city too, man. Shout out Baltimore. Shout out Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Real hoopers out there in Chicago. I ain't gonna lie. Real hoopers out there. That's where they hoop at for real. Like how I be seeing all them folks in Baltimore in your videos, it'd be like that in Illinois. No cap. Indiana, Illinois. But shout out to the US. Shout out to the NBA world champions, man. Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. I think my point about Jordan Poole is like very valid though. I honestly believe you put Jordan Poole as the first option. Honestly believe if you put Jordan Poole as the first option, he has his first season where the numbers is what's gonna matter, but he's gonna grow as a player from there, bro. Jordan Poole, he's gonna be better than Trey Young. Watch. I like that you said it too, Kawhi, because I wasn't even saying it. I wasn't even saying it until you said it. Jordan Poole gonna be better than Trey Young. Watch as a first option. We're gonna find out. You ain't from Chicago, you from Indiana, man. Shout out to them Indianimals, man. Shout out to them Indianimals. I got a lot of family out there in Indiana. I got a lot of family out there in Indiana. Just don't say I'm from Milwaukee. That's a place I really don't rock with. I ain't gonna lie. As far as like, it's no disrespect in Milwaukee, but that shit's so whack. That shit's so whack out there. Watch me end up in Milwaukee one day, sitting here talking big shit. Sitting here talking big shit. Now we love the hoops though, man. Quiet, we got a hoop too, bro. Me and you, man. How your kids doing, man? Y'all got kids in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all kids. Gotta come see my damn. I gotta come see my little niece and nephew out there, bro. Shout out to you kids. Trey will get traded because Atlanta is a dumb organization. Yeah. I hope they can build some continuity though, because that's all it takes to win a championship, if you ask me. If you could keep your core together, it just comes together. And that's why I tell you, bro, Trey Young, I guess I was just putting it weird, but like Trey Young being the face of the NBA is just better, bro. It's just better. Like it would be much better if Luka ended up being in the face. Like Luka's 6'8", 6'10", like he's already global. He was winning championships in EuroLeague or whatever. I think it's already expected for him to do that. It's kind of against all odds if Trey ends up. Trey's 6 foot. Is against all odds if Trey end up winning that championship, bro. You know it, and I know it. You live in the city just like I do, so you know the impact it would have. Like Luka winning a ring. I'm telling you, bro. Luka winning a ring. Kyrie's gonna win Finals MVP, and he's gonna be more celebrated than Luka. Kyrie Irving will be more celebrated than Luka if he end up winning the championship, and that's just facts, bro. That ain't nothing but facts. And if he don't win Finals MVP, you're gonna have a lot of people like me pushing the propaganda that he deserved it, because I know he will have deserved it if they win. There's no way that Dallas wins a championship and Kyrie didn't perform like a Finals MVP. I'm not one of the people that thinks that he deserved it. Kyrie deserved it over Bron either. I'm not saying that. I definitely think Bron deserved that Finals MVP, but I think people should stop bringing up what has Kyrie done without LeBron, because at the end of the day, it's hard to win a championship, bro. And he was part of one of the greatest championships in NBA history. That ring, that championship doesn't happen without him. And he had a lot of unfortunate injuries in his career, and also just a lot of different contexts. So, I'm not even sitting here caping for Kai, but whatever, bro. Speaking of Milwaukee, do you think Giannis resigns after he just dissed the Bucks earlier this week? I think it's a huge opportunity for the Bucks to trust in their superstar. Like this is like some Kobe shit, bro. This is like some Kobe shit he just pulled. You tell the organization, I'm not happy unless we're competing for a championship. So it's just like one of them things, like moving forward, you guys need to know I don't want to play for a team that isn't competing. Not that we're not competing, but we did just get put out the first round when I was hurt. Like I honestly feel like that was a slap in the face to Giannis. He felt like his team was good enough to have made it out the first round. Agree with me or disagree. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what people are at with that, but I know Miami did go on to end up in the finals, but that's not something that anybody knew. Everybody was calling the Bucks series the Bucks way. Even when Giannis was hurt, people were still saying like Bucks are going to pull this off, because going into the postseason, people were saying that the Bucks were good enough to win a championship. So if that's the case, Giannis should have been able to miss a couple games in the first round, and they still had made it to the second round for him to come back healthy. So he got to apply that pressure. Giannis don't want to turn into a one-hit wonder. He's not trying to be that I just got one ring that people really be trashing. Because if you ask me, that ring was worse than the bubble ring. If we get to talk about what happened and how we won it, like, come on, bro. Trae Young could have won that ring. Trae Young almost ended up winning the 2021 ring. That's how crazy it was. That's how bad she got. Like nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares about 2021 ring. He know it. So he know his team has to get better and he has to continue competing for a championship. I mean, it's just that simple. It's just that simple, my baby. But no, I would hope that he resigns for his sake. I would like to see his legacy be stamped in Milwaukee. It would be pretty cool to see that. I like it. It's not very common through. It's not just like people love to say that's just like the new NBA. That's not the new NBA. You know, it goes back to you can count 10 people, and Bill Russell was one of those 10 guys who was an all-time great. And it's probably not even 10, was an all-time great, and they retired on the team that they were drafted to. Like that's just something that you don't see very often. So I would like to see Giannis do that. I think that adds to his legacy. I think it definitely adds to his legacy. Doesn't mean everything. It's not one of them things where I'm just like he's just overall, top three power forward of all time just because of that. But he has accomplished a lot in the short little stint that he's already played. So it only really is going to take like 4 or 5 more years, I think, from Giannis to establish himself as like a top 15 player all time. He probably already a top 25 player all time. Tell the truth, I'm pretty sure you can't name like confidently. I'm pretty sure you can't name 20 people in NBA history that have better career. Already, he's only played like 7 years, but already have a better career than Giannis. Bro got like DPOI, all team defenses, all NBAs. He got a ring. He's making all-star games. Like, what more do you ask from a player? What more do you ask from somebody? Like honestly, he could retire right now, and he's probably a top 25 player all time. He's not ahead of guys like Dirk for me though. Like Dirk, um, I'm gonna just leave it at Dirk because Dirk is like between like 14 for me. He like top 14 or 15 all time. I got to come up with an all-time list. I got to make myself a NBA all-time list. Shout out to the stream though, man. We've been live for an hour and a half, man. Shout out my guys. Hope everybody enjoying their day, man. Kick back, relax, play the stream while you're watching your favorite while you're working your favorite job. You feel me? Play the favorite stream while you working your favorite job, chilling with the kids, at the barbecue, at school, not listening to school, just playing. If you in school, if you ever listening to my stream, my playback while you in school, do that schoolwork. Do that schoolwork. But nah, young guys though, man. There's so many young guys in the league. I think I only touch bases on like 4 or 5 of them. But I only touch bases on like 4 or 5 of them for real. But at the end of the day, it's anybody's league. You know, there's no clear cut who's gonna be the best player. The way we look at the game is like it's kind of gotten to a point where the way they play the game, my fault. The way they play the game has gotten to a point that any year, any new person could pop off. We could be talking about Austin Reeves is going on to be a top 5 player in the next few years. That's how serious the media and social media's impact is. And one performance, like one strange thing could happen. I really didn't mean that about Austin Reeves. I'm just saying like that's how much the impact of the game and how the game is now. You know, but this was a W stream. We're gonna talk hoops every day, Monday through Friday. I haven't really picked a time because I work and I work such different hours always. But when I'm not working, I'm streaming. That's the way though. Poole gonna be a top 5 level. Poole, bro, he's gotta be. He's gotta be at that top 5 level. Like, I don't think it comes next year because no tree grows overnight, but I honestly do believe, he becomes. I'm saying this here first, bro. This is like the beginning of the triple. We gonna have like 100 episodes, 100 days from now, or whenever, however that works. But when we get to episode 100, bro, and it's mid-season, hopefully it's gonna be like mid-season or something like that. And Jordan Poole is out there averaging 33 points because early in the season is gonna be different. Obviously, he got averaging 33 points. Oh, they say Paolo. I thought you said Poole. My eyes can't read. Damn, I'm a Poole fan. Damn, I'm a Jordan Poole fan. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy. But nah, hell no. I gotta get some food though. I gotta do some editing, man. I gotta create my thumbnails. So at the end of the day, I agree. Paolo is gonna be like that though. We'll touch bases on that next time though. We'll touch bases on that next time, my brother. Like I said, I haven't picked the time for the stream, but we gonna figure that shit out. All love in the chat, man. Make sure you guys are tapping in with the like. Make sure you guys are tapping in with the stream before you get up out of here. We just talk hoops. Dribble or drown. Dribble or drown. Paolo Banchero, nigga, not Poole. Yeah, that's on me. You right. That's on me. I misread that. I can't lie. I cannot lie. I was leaning back and I just was hoping that it was Poole. I ain't gonna lie. I was hoping that you were talking about Poole. I could talk. I already said I have an entire segment. I'll probably have a whole stream where I just talk about Jordan Poole. Like that's how far I think he goes, bro. Pause. And on that note, we ending the stream, bro. Peace.